You're watching my favorite YouTube channel, Magazine Dreams, the Snow White movie, a Pixar movie called Elio. Some changes are happening in Disney, and I think that it's a big result of a writer strike and an actor strike that's taking action that we're feeling the effects of now. They know that there's going to be a pretty dead empty period where since nothing was being written and nothing's being filmed, that in 2024 we're just going to have these random empty spots. So why not? If you're Disney, spread your projects apart. Delay a couple things. Move some things away from the present till later. Magazine Dreams right now does not need to be in the movie theaters. So as I read this article here on Variety, they seem to say that, yeah, it's starring Jonathan Majors, a dark drama starring Jonathan Majors off of the release calendar. The film, which Disney subsidiary Searchlight purchased out of Sundance, was slated to premiere on December 8th. We're hearing about this really late. It's only a month from releasing, but again, I don't think I've seen any trailers for it. So what do they really put and invest into the advertising budget? Nothing. However, Jonathan Majors has become embroiled in legal issues. They've got the link. I wonder if one of these will link to that video where the woman who's accusing him is leaving the police 10th precinct in Manhattan because she's been charged with 2 misdemeanor assaults. Criminal mischief, and third-degree assault. She has those 2 charges on her. Now, the district attorney isn't going to prosecute her because they're crooked, and we've known that from the beginning, but that's not the case. They don't have a link to that video here on the website. The Beautiful Variety, very accurate source of information. Involving assault and aggravated harassment, allegations stemming from a domestic dispute with his former girlfriend, Stephanie. The actor has pleaded not guilty to criminal charges because there's no way he could have lacerated her ear or broke her finger if there's video footage 8 minutes afterwards showing that her finger wasn't broken and her ear is not lacerated or bleeding. There's also video of her going to the club that whole night. And then there's the police body camera because, Jonathan dialed 911 just so she could get a medical attention. She attempted to commit suicide and she's like texts of that. So she did that. He did that. He called. He's like, hey, bring over some attention. Medics and cops came and they said, nah, he definitely did it. They made her say that he strangled her, and that's why there was a strangulation headline back on March 25th. That's been pulled because she's clearly unstrangled. There's like a picture of it, a screenshot of the police body camera footage with Jonathan Major's side decided to put out. And that's all they put out from the body cam footage. We hope we see more. Like they're claiming that Jonathan Majors had the police had the woman accuse Jonathan of strangling. And I hope that makes the case. Anyways, her finger does break. Her ear is bleeding, but the doctor who treated it said this is very consistent with self-trauma. This is something that happened very likely by yourself while you were locked inside that closet that entire night. And then there was also sleeping drugs, and there's vomit on the bed, and there's alcohol, and there's a whole bunch of things that are consistent with the woman who's about to take her own life. But no, don't tell that to those racist-ass police officers. There were 6 of them, and there's going to be police body camera footage, which lets you hear them go, whoa, this is impressive. 3 people inside this. I'm very off topic from what this point is. Let's read the article to its completion. The studio also delayed the debut of Snow White, starring Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot. That's going to happen on March of 2024. Now it's not going to happen on March 22, 2024. Elio, a Pixar science fiction movie. And then it says Disney's delayed a studio to make series of changes to its slate, which makes it sound like it's just a normal thing that we're doing. I just feel that the most recent movie, Magazine Dreams, because it's not Elio and that's not the Snow White. Those are happening later. Changing this one was in reaction, or at least assisted by how Jonathan Majors is not going to be able to advertise this. People aren't going to be able to talk about it because people have reservations speaking about an ongoing case and they value the not guilty verdict, so they're not going to talk about it, and that's okay. Let's admit it. Here we got Mission Impossible 8, A Quiet Place Day 1. That's a bad title. It should be like Day 3 or something. Craven and more have all been pushed back. But Magazine Dreams, they bring it back, was because it's Variety, was probably not going to be screening anytime soon, regardless of the labor situation. When Searchlight bought Magazine Dreams earlier this year, it saw the film as a potential Oscar vehicle for the star. So are they doing him a favor? Let's think about it that way. They want to do him a solid, and they want him to get his Oscar credentials, and he can't happen this year because of the ongoing case. He's going to be in court in November. Maybe that's what happens. Is Variety going to spin it that way or no? Let's see. Who played a disturbed bodybuilder. Uh-oh. But if it had stuck to its original plans, it would have debuted the film roughly at the same time Jonathan was due in court. His trial is November 29, and the movie is December 10. So the trial would still be going. Though many reviewers liked the film, some questioned its popular appeal. Variety's own Owen Gleiberman observed in his review out of Sundance, "We want to see Killian achieve his dream." Oh, his name is Killian in the movie? That's a bad look. Killian? But the film is structured as is long, slow descent into the abyss. Will there be an audience to follow him there? Oh, he wrote that earlier? That's crazy. He wrote that at Sundance, even before all this. I guess that's why they put it in their article. Will there be an audience to follow him there? Read more about Jonathan Majors. Not from you, Variety. We're good. Watch the Chillmonger YouTube channel for fair Jonathan Majors coverage. I'm in favor of it as a fan of this actor now. I wasn't always a fan of him, but seeing what he's been going through, I want him to get a proper media press for this. If he wins this case, if he wins this case, racism is still a thing. The jury might see this and go, no, let's look back at his history. What this prosecutor is showing me some evidence of what happened in London. There's a LA police report, or there's this Rolling Stones article. You never know. People could be swayed in a way. Did he possibly ever touch her or put hands on her? It's possible, sure. On March 25th, there is no way in hell that it happened a fraction of the way that she's claiming that it happened. Her finger was fine all night long, and so was her ear. The best you can say is he twisted your arm, but I saw pictures of him being scratched. He was the one taking the brunt of the assault, not from you. So if he ever does twist your arm, you were getting at him. What are you supposed to do? Not twist your arm? It's so empty. You can twist someone's arm if they're fighting you, grabbing your phone, attacking you at the back seat. And if the witness who's driving can testify and say she was the aggressor and he was just defending himself, and when he put her back inside of the back of the car, it was because she was in traffic and he was solving issues and she was at a erratic state. If a witness says that, what are we doing? And what the hell does that have to do with him dialing 911 for this attempted suicide? Again, I have to bring it back to that, because that is why we are here. We're not here because of something that happened at midnight. We're here because at 11 in the morning, when he just was doing his noble ass thing, the cops decided to be the cops. Like the video? Magazine Dreams, I hope he gets a fresh, the publicity of all this will flip and it'll all be, oh look, that guy, he's actually exonerated and he's fine. He's never been convicted. He's not guilty by a jury. I hope that's what happens. I hope that's what comes. And when that happens, all of this nonsense in the news media cycle will be to his benefit, because it'll be advertisement for him, raising his awareness. And on top of that, he's not even guilty. And not, they dismissed the case of a technicality. That's not even happening anymore. Now he'll win just being not guilty. And maybe some evidence comes out after that. Maybe no evidence comes out and they get the defense team. Jonathan Majors doesn't want all the evidence getting out there. He's a celebrity. I understand why. You don't want your court case to be played out publicly. And you also don't want your F-ups, which exist. And no one's perfect. He may be embarrassed about his drug usage. He may be embarrassed of the pictures at home on his wall that he doesn't want you guys to see from the police body camera. He does not want his evidence out in the open. He's also a celebrity, which is going to influence the jury. That's not how justice works. So I agree with that for that reason. It could also mean that he has some skeletons in his closet that have nothing to do with March 25th that he doesn't want out also. And it's possible that it's a shady reason for why they don't want his information out there. He may be Dwight Howard. We don't know. There's a lot of reasons why a celebrity would not want their information out there, and it will affect their career. But he's here for what happened on March 25th, about that broken finger, that lacerated ear. They're trying to make it about a few hours before that, like 11 hours prior to that, and he can easily disprove that he put hands on her to affect her finger and her ear with video footage. So it should be open and shut. Now, if they allow for things from the past, we get murky. And that's why Magazine Dreams does need to be pushed back, along with the other movies. I talked about it on this video that's on the side of my face right now. And on this video, we kind of brought up how everything's going to be delayed and how strikes work, how the entire industry is being changed. Me and a couple of YouTubers on a panel. Check it out. It's right there.